All right, what up? What up? What up? What up? What up? How y'all doing? I'm so sorry we are late, but I got a good reason. I'm not going. I got a good reason that I was late. We'll get into that in a little bit, but I do apologize for being late. I wanted to be here right on 8. It's 8:13, but you know what I mean. We here. We here. How y'all doing? I don't even know where to start this. I don't even know where to start this. What's up? Welcome to the stream. I'm your man Hawk. Welcome to Hawk Soups Live. Um, I almost said it happens every Wednesday, but it ain't happened every Wednesday in a while, so I'm not even going to say that anymore. We stream from time to time. We make NBA content. Today we talking all about the trades that have happened. So many trades have happened, like a ridiculous amount of trades. So many that I attempted my best to try to put some notes together for this. But my day just got so busy and there were so many trades that the notes ain't even what the notes normally look like on the stream. So if you're used to the streams, if you've been to multiple streams, I'm not gonna say it's just not gonna be as organized. We're gonna cover everything. It's just not gonna be as organized because there's so much to talk about. And as I'm trying to get the trying to finish getting everything together so I can pull stuff up on this just pull stuff up on the screen. Oh, wow. Dills, what's good with you? Rudy Gate, what's good with you? Thanks for pulling up. Dills is in the building. Rudy's in the building. Lucas and Coop is in the building. How y'all doing? Listen, we're gonna talk about low key almost every trade. We're gonna get the main ones out of the way in front. Let me just get the let's talk trades. Join the YouTube stream. We just gonna call it trade deadline. Trade deadline. Oops. Nope. Trades. Join the YouTube stream. Perfect. Done. Whew. All right. So I don't know about y'all. Let me just walk y'all through my day, right? So I'm at work. I know I expect some trades to happen, but after we got the KD news of last night, I was like, I mean, the KD news of last night just ruined my sleep. I think I went to bed at, let me not say this too loud. My wife might be listening. I think I went to bed at like 2 a.m. Because I just needed to get it all out there. I just needed to get it all out there. Like I just, hey, when I read the tweet that the Sacramento Kings traded for Nets forward and that joint started with a K-E, I thought it was, my heart sank. I was like, they got Kevin Durant. And then it was hilarious that like 3 hours later, Kevin Durant actually did get moved. Oh gosh. Hold on. All right. Okay. No, way too high. Way too high. Somewhere in the middle. Okay. So many trades to talk about. So many things that happened at the deadline today. So between today, last night, it started low key with Kyrie a couple of days ago. We're gonna go through all of it. Let's just let me take a breath because there's so many things I want to say that my mind's moving a mile a minute, and I want to try to get it all through in a clear and concise manner. Guru, what's good with you? Thanks for pulling up to the stream, my boy. All right. Yo, Dills, we gonna talk about the Lakers, but they making the playoffs in my world. They making the playoffs in my world. Hey, what's good with you, Matthias? Thanks for pulling up. Let's talk hoops. You know what I mean? Let's get into this. Okay. All right. I guess we're gonna start. Should we start with the net? Do you want to start with the Nets or the Lakers? Let me know real quick. Nets or Lakers? Who we starting with? Nets or the Lakers? One of the two of them we got to start with, and then we're gonna go to the other one, and then eventually we'll talk about. I want to talk about the Nets first. Let's talk about the Nets. Let's just talk about the Nets. So let me pull this up. I have the Nets because that jersey connection. Hey, that jersey connection is a thing. Hey, Lucas, I know you saying Lakers, but we're gonna do the Nets first. We'll get to the Lakers. I got a lot to say about the Lakers, and honestly, most of it is good. I got good things to say about the Lakers. Y'all gonna think I'm a LeBron fan by the end of this. Not that everybody asking, oh, Lake Show. All right, Rudy, I'm sorry. It's 2-3. We might do Lakers first. Okay. Let me pull my notes. so I can find. They had a really good trade deadline tracker going, and they still have it up. Perfect. Still say Nets. Still. All right. Name a car for an edit. What? Who is this? All right, so let's talk about the Lakers first. Let's just get it out the way. Let's rip the Band-Aid off. Let's talk about these Los Angeles Lakers. They made a lot of moves, way more moves than I was honestly expected them to make. Let me see. I gotta find it first. Was the Lakers move last night or was that today? Look, I'm trying to remember now. It was so much that had happened over the last little bit. Nope. Raptors require Suns. Okay, so the Lakers deal started out. That's a good point. We'll talk about that in a second. I want to talk about the Nets first. Mathiasen said Nets. Would you fire Rob Pelinka? All right. Once again, I'm all over the place. I'm a little giddy. I'm a little excited. I'm a little excited to be here and talk about this. So last night, the Los Angeles Lakers. Let's pull this up. Let's just pull it up. We can do this as a group, do this as a unit. Let me turn the camera on because it's not on. Boom. Y'all can see that, right? Last night, the Los Angeles Lakers. Let's make this big. Let's get your comment out of there. We go. And you know what's so dope about this? I love that they included the timestamps for all of these trades, especially for the ones when we get to the day, so you can see how fast trades were just going. Because at one point, it felt like Shams and Woj was just going back and like it was insane. It was insane. All right, so last night at 8:34 p.m., right before our minds were even blown out, even crazier with the KD trade, the Lakers decided to move Russ. The Russ trade finally happens. They finally able to move off of Russ. Shout out to the Lakers for doing it. I mean, Russ, he did great. Russ did everything he could do this season. He was in 6 Man of the Year conversations. I think he low-key would still be in those conversations if, one, he was on this team, and two, the Lakers had a better record. But he was at least in those conversations. He had a absolutely horrible year his first year with the Lakers. But this year, once he came off the bench, he was at least looking solid. There were still some moments where you scratching your head, but that's just Russ being Russ. He made it somewhat work, right? At least somewhat, But the Lakers traded. Let me see. I got to figure out how to walk through this. Essentially, the Lakers received D'Lo, Malik Beasley, and Jared Vanderbilt. Minnesota Timberwolves received Mike Conley, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 2024 pick swap, 2025, some picks from Utah. And then Utah gets Russ, who they're going to buy out, Juan Toscano-Anderson, Damon. I didn't know Damon Jones was a part of that. And that 27 first rounder from the Lakers. That's the big piece that Utah wanted with that first rounder from the Lakers. I've never seen so many second round picks be used, like, ever. I've never seen so many first round picks be used. Dills, I haven't seen them actually have released Russ yet. But from every report I'm seeing, they're going to release Russ. Like, Russ will be released. Every report I'm seeing, they're going to buy him out. So I'm just waiting for that to happen. But it gets even crazier because I want to say the Lakers don't finish there. So this is what their roster looks like at one point. Let me just see if I can actually find. I have it written down. Hold on. I have it written down because this will be easier for me if I could just tell you what they gave up and what they kept, because I want to talk about the roster as a whole, and I don't necessarily want to talk about each individual trade because it feels like they made another trade where they got rid of Pat Bev. I want to say they did something else. Like, they just did a ton of trades, and like I said, I do apologize because I didn't get a chance to compile all my notes together. It was just a long day at work. Oh, here we go. Shout out to Top B-Ball Coverage for putting this tweet out. So at the deadline, just so we can see everything that they moved Russell Westbrook, Kendrick Nunn, Thomas Bryant, Juan Toscano-Anderson, Damon Jones, that 27 first round pick. Apparently it's top 4 protected. I thought it was completely unprotected, but if it is top 4 protected, that is so amazing. And they don't even got in here. I guess this tweet was made before they moved off of Pat Bev, but Pat Bev's no longer on the team. I can't remember where he's at off the top of my head. But they got D'Lo, Mo Bamba, Rui Hachimura, we already know about. Jared Vanderbilt is huge. Malik Beasley is huge. Devon Reed, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really have an opinion about him. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But he had. You did it, Rob. I got to give a round of applause for Rob. Look, I don't even know if this works anymore still. Let me see. Round of applause to Rob, bro. Round of applause to Rob Pelinka, because I had zero faith in this Lakers organization. I didn't think there'd be a way to move Russ. I didn't think there would be a way to move Russ. But not only did you move Russ, you got some shooting around him. Let me see if they've updated Lakers rosters yet. What do I feel like? Oh, all right. I feel like I was hearing some weird sounds for a second there. I am hearing weird sounds. No? Oh, I don't know. I'm tripping. All right. Let me see if I can find a full Lakers roster. In the meantime, let me see what y'all talking about here. I know I just seen Oleezy in the chat. I swear I just seen Oleezy in the chat. Sleazy, what's good with you, my guy? Thanks for pulling up. Pie Guy, what's good with you? Appreciate you. Most underrated trade was the Pels get. That was low-key an underrated trade. That was an underrated trade. I ain't gonna lie to you. That surprised me a lot. Them getting Josh Richardson for what they got him for. Although we're gonna get back to the Lakers. I'm still looking it up. That trade was underrated, but also as someone who the team that ended up getting Josh Richardson after the sign and trade with Jimmy Butler, he catfished us. So I haven't really been paying attention to what he's been doing since he left my Sixers. But he was not, you know what I mean? He was not hitting when he was with my Sixers. Not hitting at all. Who was the... Oh, that was the Mo Bamba trade, right? Pat Bev was the Mo Bamba trade. Right? I'm pretty sure Pat Bev was the job. What's the name? Yeah, Pat Bev was the Mo Bamba trade. So the current Lakers roster... And y'all it's gonna get nasty here. I'm letting you know right now, it's about to get nasty in here because I think it was actually a really good trade. I like this Lakers roster. I like this Lakers roster way better than the rosters we was watching, all year long. It's way better than any other roster they've put out in the last 2 years. Because I'm gonna tell you why. For me, at least, this is for Hawk. Once again, this is for Hawk. When I heard y'all got D'Lo, when I heard y'all got Malik Beasley, everyone's telling me Obama can stretch the floor a little bit. Without looking up his numbers off the top of my head, I haven't really seen it. I think Obama is a little bit of a risk, if you will. But Thomas Bryant won it out because I was very surprised to see why in the world did they trade Thomas Bryant. But apparently Thomas Bryant won it out. He was saying that he wanted a bigger role and wasn't happy with his role when Anthony Davis came back. And he basically got used to all the time he was getting when AD was out and being able to play impactful basketball, which he was. But, I mean, you can go ahead and go. With how they're going to use him, he wasn't going to be able to do what he was doing before. He would have been nice, but not be able to do what he's doing before. And no, so hear me out. Is Malik Beasley a crazy player? Absolutely not. Is Rui Hachimura crazy? Also, no, but he has looked good in his first couple of games with the Lakers so far since we've seen him. Is D'Lo crazy? Also, no, but you know what all those guys can do? They can hit an open three if they open, bro. They can hit an open three if they open. So much of the issue, and we've, beat this bush over the head over and over and over and over. I know, Trey, you see me? I am a Katie. Bro, I had such a crazy look. Also, since we're here, I look crazy, right? I do. I wanted to cut my hair before we went live. I didn't have time. I had another meeting right before the live. That meeting went longer. It was an hour instead of the 30 minutes I thought it was going to be. So we didn't get a chance to cut the hair. So we out here looking crazy. We got the KD going, you know what I mean? But next time you see me on camera, I'll have a haircut. I might even cut it after this. But we was already late to the live. I didn't want to go any longer. But what I was saying about the Lakers was when I would watch them, it was not the game that Bron passed, not the game where Bron just passed Kareem on, I guess, Tuesday. But whatever game, I can't remember who they played, but whoever they played before Tuesday's game, let me look, Lakers schedule. When I tell you there were so many instances, like in a row, back to back, that it was just like Schroeder wide open for three, brick. Pat Bev wide open three, brick. Somehow the ball, the next play goes back to Schroeder for a wide open three, brick. Then it was like Russ in the corner, wide open three, brick. And I'm like, yo, if the Lakers just had people who can, it must have been this Pelicans game. It must have been that Pelicans game that I was watching that was going on. And I was like, yo, if the Lakers could just get people who could shoot at like, just, I'm not even asking for a crazy clip, just a, yo, I can hit this more often than not if I'm wide open. If they could just get dudes like that, I was like, and once again, not to sound crazy and not to sound like the crazy Bron stand, the crazy Lakers stand, the crazy AD stand, or whatever. But if you have LeBron and Anthony Davis on your team and they're healthy and playing basketball, all you really need is dudes who can shoot the ball. Like, we know this. This has been the recipe around LeBron James forever. But Rob wasn't trying to do that. He traded for Russ. To this day, I have no idea why that man traded for Russ. But I do like the D'Lo pickup, and I want to talk about the D'Lo pickup real quick, specifically because I don't want to say I'm a D'Lo hater, but I definitely am not someone who is as high on D'Lo as some other people. I think a lot of people, I think there is a section of NBA fans and specifically D'Lo fans who saw what he did them last like 2 seasons in Brooklyn, especially like that run feel good year where they was making the playoffs. It was this young team with no real star, just doing it by committee. Very similar to like how the Utah Jazz feel right now, or at least before all these trades. That still felt like that could be D'Lo, and like he's a scoring guard, it's that and the third, yada yada. And a lot of people always kind of felt, myself included, especially these last 2 years, that while D'Lo isn't bad, he wasn't necessarily the point guard that the Timberwolves needed, especially now that they have Rudy Gobert. They need like a facilitator. He's a bucket getter. So just a different vibe. He don't need to be a facilitator on the Lakers. That's why I was saying all that. He don't need to be a facilitator on the Lakers. On the Lakers, it's like, D'Lo, go out and get us a bucket, and he can do that. D'Lo, go get the bucket, and D'Lo can go get the bucket. He's going to be able to knock down open shots. He's going to be able to play in space. It's not the exact same, but his play style is going to be similar to Kyrie's was when he played alongside LeBron. And once again, not the same at all in terms of skill level, yada, yada, before y'all go crazy. But in terms of the mentality and how I see the scheme being ran, I see a very similar relationship between D'Lo and Bron that we saw between Kyrie and Bron. All right. Beasley is a 2K legend. Mo Bamba is a good risk. Guru, you are 100% correct. I think, for me at least, I'm just a little hesitant because it could work out very, very well. Or I made this analogy on Discord. W plug, join the Discord. The Mo Bamba pickup could end very similar to James Wiseman's time in Golden State. It could end very similar, like a guy who could potentially have a lot of upside, but is a little raw, and we don't necessarily know how well he would play in a team that's structured and actually trying to win basketball games when he has some real responsibilities. We just haven't seen that yet because he just hasn't been in that situation. He's young. The Orlando teams was dealing with injury, whatever. So we just haven't seen that. But if he plays well, no bigger way to change the narrative, no greater market to change the narrative around yourself than the Los Angeles Lakers. You either going to change the narrative and prove everybody wrong, or you're going to prove everybody right. You know what I mean? It's going one way or the other. Daniel, let's go with you. Thanks for pulling up. I have no idea how Schroeder survived this trade deadline. I think might have just been no one wanted him, but I was surprised to see him stay there. We'll talk about that in a little bit. I'm going to go eventually through and just run down everything, but I just wanted to talk about the Lakers real quick to start, and then we're going to go to the Nets. Maddox, you never late. You always on time whenever you pull up. Appreciate you for getting here, my guy. Nah, that McDaniels pickup. The McDaniels pickup. I was hyped to see it. I ain't gonna lie. I was hyped to see it. We'll get to it, but I was hyped to see it. I love Matisse, but hey, you due for an extension soon. You ain't doing nothing offensively. Your defense don't even get the opportunity to get showcased because you're not putting you on the floor as much because you're not doing anything offensively. So I get it. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough around here. Nah, don't do that. A healthy Sixers couldn't beat us down 4-7. I'm not letting you slide. What game are you talking about? Oh, Lisa, are you a Celtics fan? Sleazy, are you a Celtics fan? Don't tell me you're a Celtics fan. Don't tell me you're a Celtics fan. Who did we just lose to recently that was missing 4 starters? It might have been the Celtics because I know Rob was out. I know Horford was out. I think Marcus Smart was out. I don't know who. Dang, was all 3 of them out that game? Nah, that was a tough loss. We gonna ignore that one. We gonna we gonna ignore that one. That was a tough loss. 300 times better. You know what I mean? Okay. Overall, when I think about the Lakers, when I think about the West, before we move on to the Nets, when I think about the West, when I think about the Lakers, we still got to talk about the Suns. I was just about to say the West is wide open, but the West, for the most part, before midnight last night, was wide open. Kevin Durant might have changed my opinion on that, but before that, it was wide open, right? And I was like, oh, okay, then moving Russ, getting some shooting, you know what I mean? Just, it wasn't nothing crazy. I didn't think they needed to make a crazy trade. They just needed to get some somewhat competent shooters on this team. Looking at the standings right now, I'm not going to come on here and say something crazy bold like the Lakers are going to win a title or anything like that. I'm not that crazy. But what I will say is this. Hold on. What I will say is this. When I look at the Western Conference, God, they're 13th. When I look at the Western Conference, they got a long road ahead of them. They're currently 13th in the West. They're 25-30. This is the play-in spot. This 10 seed. This is the last play-in spot. 27-28. They're 2 games behind that. 13 games behind first place. They're not getting into that mix. But it's a world where the Jazz are probably going to slide down a little bit after making a couple of these trades. Maybe not that they're crazy, but Vanderbilt was a big part of them. Conley was a big part of them. Like, I know they kept Clarkson and Lowry, but they're going to miss those guys, right? So the Jazz might slide down a little bit. I thought the Trailblazers was about to do a little bit more since they traded Gary Payton II away. They might stay around the same. Don't really know what the Warriors are going to do. Don't know what the Pelicans are going to do. I just think there's a world where the Lakers can win a couple of more games and find themselves in the play-in scenario. I'm not going as far to make some bold prediction that they're going to find themselves a 6 up seed. That would shock the world, and I don't see that happening. If that happens, now LeBron's at MVP conversations. Call it gas, but whatever, right? I think they can make a play-in team, right? And in a play-in situation, we all say it all the time. That's why we love to play in so much. Anything is possible. Anything can happen. I don't see why they can't make the playoffs. In a play-in situation, Anthony Davis and LeBron, ask one of them to give you 50, and they can win that play-in game. And then we're looking at a world like, say, if this top holds, I don't know if it will. Kyrie can have the Mavs moving up. The Kings could slide down as the season goes on because the Suns could get better. The Clippers could start to figure things out. Like, it's still very volatile even within this like 2 to 6 area, to me at least. I think the Nuggets are slowly starting to solidify themselves as a 1 seed for real, unless they just start to really have an injury or fall apart. But this 2 to 6 can really wish-wash and slide around in any order. But I say that because for some miraculous reason, in some way, somehow, the Kings are still like a top 4 seed, and they face like the Lakers in the first round. Well, I mean, hey, GG's Kings, pack it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I feel about it. You can say I'm a LeBron lover. You can say whatever you want, but that's how I feel. The Lakers, after this trade deadline, one, will make the playoffs. I feel like we can just go ahead and say that. After the trade deadline, these Lakers are making the playoffs. And they're also not only making the playoffs, but they're going to at least be in the second round, I think. Like, unless they go up against like the Nuggets or like a crazy healthy Warriors team by some miracle that figures it out. You know what I mean? Unless when these teams overly figure it out. But I literally said, shameless plug, I was on a podcast. Somebody invited me on their podcast on Tuesday. It comes out Saturday. I'll make an announcement a little bit later, and especially in like Discord and stuff. But keep an eye on that. I'm on someone else's podcast, which is exciting. But on that podcast, I said I can find a flaw in basically every team in the West. Like, there's something wrong with every team in the West. Like, there's something. I would say the Mavericks and Kings need more defense. The Suns don't have enough guard depth to me. They might have just fixed that with Kevin Durant. You had Kevin Durant to your team. It fixes a lot of issues. The Clippers, to me, needed better guard play and a backup big. They got the backup big. I don't know if they got the better guard play. Pelicans dealing with injuries. The Timberwolves, Cats been out all season. Like, so there's been Warriors still not figuring out. There's been issues with every team almost all season long. The Lakers at least going to the second round of the playoffs. That's how I feel. And I'm saying it with my chest. The Lakers at least going to the second round of the playoffs. At least going to the second round of the playoffs. At least. All right, let me see what y'all talking about. Let me see what y'all talking about. I know I've been ignoring the chat. I had to get all that off my chest. All right. Where will Russ end up from Matt? Yes. You're a faithful Celtics fan? Nah, Sleazy. I don't even know if I rock with you like that no more. You know what I mean? Y'all done. I really hate the Celtics, right? I love what y'all did. I love what y'all built. I hate the fact that somehow y'all convinced it wasn't Morey at the time. Was it Colangelo, our GM at the time? It was either no, it might have been Elton Brand, not Brand. Elton, yeah, it might have been Brand still was our GM when y'all convinced him to trade picks and we ended up drafting Marco Fulton. Y'all got Jason Tatum. Can y'all imagine the Sixers if we had Jason Tatum? Like let's just sit in that for a moment. Imagine Tatum and Joel Embiid on the same team. Crazy. Anyway, where will Russ end up? Bro, I don't know. So the thing for Russ got traded to Utah. As of now, the reports are saying he's going to get bought out. To my knowledge, at least. I'm saying to my knowledge because I haven't been on Twitter probably since like 6 o'clock. So if something happened since 6, I'll be honest, I don't know it. We'll go through Twitter in a little bit to see, I guess. But the reports are saying that Russ is going to get bought out by Utah and then be able to go wherever he wants. I'm hearing a lot of chatter that the Clippers might want him, which makes sense considering they just traded away John Wall and they traded away Reggie Jackson, I want to say. So now they have Terrence Mann and I tweeted it. Who do they have left? They got Mann and too many things happening. Too many trades, too many things. Let's see. Hold on now. We got it. I was going crazy. Oh yeah, so they picked up Terrence Mann, they got Eric Gordon and Bones Highland. Reports are saying that the Clippers are interested in Russ. Reports are saying that Paul George has already started recruiting Russ. I don't know what that necessarily looks like. I mean, I get it. Paul George is like, yo, I had my best season in my career when Russ was my point guard, so I'm trying to get him back on my team. I don't know if that will work. Maybe it does, and maybe it doesn't. It could, because PG and Kawhi still don't be playing all the time. They're better now than they were at the beginning of the season, but they still don't be playing enough games for me. They be making me mad. The fact that Kawhi still doesn't play back-to-backs, I'm like, yo, bro, never mind. Anyway. So that's my thoughts on Russ. I think he might end up a Clipper. I also can see a nasty world where the joke was, well, just go back to the Wizards. But outside of the Clippers, that's the only real team I've seen like connected to Russ at a potential, if he does get bowed out, situation. Oh, JB was out that game too? He went down in the first? I'll be honest, I didn't watch that game. I'll be honest. That's why I don't know. I know it was on, but I was doing something else, so I didn't really catch the whole thing. Like, I didn't really catch it until maybe like the fourth, like the beginning of the fourth, end of the third type vibe. So I didn't even notice that Jaylen Brown wasn't on the court, to be honest with you, because I was half watching it, half playing 2K. I want Russ to be a Clipper from Mad X. I'm not mad at that. Must Russ to the Mavs be? Yeah, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. Let's see what else y'all saying. Hey, I'm saying the Grizzlies don't want to see the Lakers at 100%. Hey, the Grizzlies don't want to see nobody in the West. After this, nah, the amount of smoke that Ja Morant and the Grizzlies was getting on Twitter, I seen CJ McCollum being like, I wonder Ja gonna wake up like, yo, what's going on with the West? He gonna be worried about the rest now or something like that. And basically saying the Grizzlies is definitely about to be worried about the Western Conference. Roddy LeBron at 80 is crazy. Kings in 4. Listen, I love the Kings, but I'll admit that I was wrong about the Kings and where their seeding is going to be. But I'm telling you right now, if y'all mess around and be a top 4 seed, depending on your matchup, y'all not walking out of the first round. I hate to be the one to break it to you. And if I'm wrong, we'll be right back here on live and I'll be making another apology. But as of right now, I'm saying shout out to the Kings. Y'all made it to the first round of the playoffs. You know what I mean? Y'all did y'all thing. Try to win some games. That's all I'm going to say. Just try to win some games. Realized we didn't light the candle, you know what I mean? LeBron and AD don't have enough playoff. This is what I was talking about. LeBron and this is what I wanted to see earlier. LeBron and AD don't have enough playoff something. And Kings got home court and Bron can't handle that. Hey, Rudy, you know what? I'm not even gonna argue with you on this one because I get it, bro. I get it. I'm not even mad at it. I'm not even mad at that. I'm not. Because you know what? If this was my Sixers, I would be saying the same type of stuff. I'm mad at it. Deals, you cursed the Lakers. Yeah, I did a long time ago. I'm dead. You need to go through the. Hey, let me get on through the wire. You feel me? Let them zoom me in on through the wire. That'd be dope. Bron said, bro just said Bron and AD don't have enough playoff experience. I know. You know what I mean? Sometimes we just let people rock. He a Kings fan, so I gotta let him rock. You gotta come up with any excuse you can. You got to. All right. I'm just seeing if we got any last couple of you know what I mean, thoughts before VR. What's good with you? Thanks for pulling up, bro. I forgot about your hockey pool. Was crazy. Thanks for pulling up, my guy. Oh, I got some good news. You know, we're gonna say the good news before we go to the Nets. Cause I gotta explain how it worked, but we finally gonna be able to stream games, guys. We're gonna be able to stream games finally, and I am excited. I am so excited. But all right, Russ back to Washington. I mean, it sounds nasty to me too, but that man was hooping in Washington and got them in the playoffs. When Bradley Beal went down that year, that man went crazy. You never know. Russ is not going back. I don't think it'll happen either. I'm just talking. All right. I think before I go talk Sixers, I mean, honestly, I got much to say about Sixers. I love the fact that we traded away. I love the fact that we traded away Matisse. Absolutely love Matisse. Matisse is my guy. He's been my guy for, you know, ever since we drafted him. He's a 2-time all defensive player. He's only been in the league 3 seasons. Like, he is an elite defender. Like, for real, he really is an elite defender. I love him to death. He's one of the best defenders in the league. He can play in space. He can defend in space. He can defend on the perimeter. Like, he's got some switchability to him for like 1 through 3 maybe. But the man can't do nothing on offense, bro. He can't do absolutely anything on offense. And who we traded him for is not, to me, the level of defender Matisse is. McDaniels is not the level of defender that Matisse is, in my opinion, but he's a way better offensive player, and he's still a good defender. I think it was a really good trade, and you avoid having to pay Matisse. I really do wish Matisse the best of luck and everything. Sometimes when the Sixers trade away players, Al Horford, I'd be like, you know what, good riddance and get out of here and goodbye. But, excuse me, with Matisse, it really was like, you know what I mean? What else we talking about? Hey, 305. That's not a name I feel like I noticed on a regular, so I appreciate you for pulling up. Were you asking for Sixers? I've been asking finally. Oh, were you asking for a live? Could have been asking for a live. I get that. If you're asking for a live and saying finally, I completely understand that. See, this is why we don't go live on a weekly. Because y'all pull up for the live when it's every now and then. If a live is special and every now and then, trade deadline, big trade, big game, y'all pull up for the reaction. But the random, regularly scheduled weekly live, I can't say the last time we had 13 concurrent viewers in a live. Where y'all been at? I'm just messing with y'all. Appreciate all 13 of y'all pulling up to the stream. I really, really do. If you watch it on TikTok, I'm gonna tell you right now to come to YouTube. The link's in the bio. Come to YouTube. If you watch it on TikTok, come to YouTube. All right, let's see. Can I get the Malachi Brad? Can I sign it on the stream? I ain't fill it out yet. I ain't really fill it out yet. I'll sign it and post it to my story because I ain't fill it out yet. Huey's back. Huey is back. Appreciate you pulling up, my guy. Speaking of Byron, my man, what's good with you, my boy? How you doing? See, my brain want to say like Austin, but like Austin. I want to say like Austin, thoughts on the Lakers real quick. We did just talk about them. I like it a lot. And I'm seeing the Lakers at least going to the second round of the playoffs. Solely off this trade, he want me in the second round of the playoffs. He want me to do an apology letter from Malachi solely because, you know what I mean? Like I didn't know who he was. I was unfamiliar with his game, and he has been hooping lately. So, you know. I'm a Nets fan, so I'm going to do it too right now. You know what? Let's just go ahead and get in this. Hey, Camfoot, what's good with you, my guy? How you doing? Let's talk about these Nets. I'm a Nets fan, so I'm going through it. We did the first 20 minutes is Lakers talk. If you want to know all my thoughts about the Lakers, for the most part, we did like 20 minutes on the Lakers. It's a little all over the place and chaotic, but we did it. I just dealt with. What are you talking about? I got yours to deal with. Oh, your apology letter? Yeah, I got your apology letter to deal with. I'm not actually filling any out. I just say I am. Y'all ain't gonna see one ever. All right. No. Matthias, I'm gonna tell you right now. Pat Riley's old behind ain't do nothing today. Pat Riley sat around and said, you know what? Nah, this Heat team don't need no trades. When people was going for 5 seconds, you got to just make a move to just say you tried to do something. Just get in the mix. But I was also seeing that in the Miami Heat's case, teams were saying that they wanted the Heat to give them first-round picks to take Duncan Robinson's contract. And if the Heat were going to make a major move, the only way he was going to do it was moving Duncan Robinson's contract. You're not... so, like, I get why they didn't make no moves. Because they just stuck. But... It's the Heat, nasty work from the Heat today. Nasty work the Heat today. All right. 76ers accepted fan applications. You can come on over, John. You can come on over, bro. Come on over. We gonna accept you. All right, Dills. Later, bro. If the Nets can get a number one option and keep this roster somehow, they can make some noise. Listen. Let's talk about the Nets. All right. Let's talk about the Brooklyn Nets. What happened? Right? I can't tell you the last time I seen a super team try to get manufactured like this that fast and completely blow up besides the Brooklyn Nets. When they had Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, Darren Williams, when they tried to make that super team. That's the last time I see the team try to manufacture a super team out of nowhere, basically all in one summer. And it just completely just falls apart. They don't win nothing. So yeah, the Nets, they lose Kyrie on Sunday. The trade gets announced. I want to say Monday it was finalized. He actually played his first game on Wednesday. I wasn't expecting him to play. I tuned in and watched that. And then once Kyrie was traded, I was like, well, I don't really know. Is he going to get traded? Is he not going to get traded? I truly was like, KD going to stay, right? I was dumb. I was like, KD going to stay because everything that the Nets were saying was, you know, we still want to win, you know, as long as we're discussing with Kevin Durant. That was the reports. The reports was after the Kyrie trade that they were discussing with Kevin Durant what the future of this team would look like. And it's like, okay, I feel like you should have had those conversations before you decided to trade Kevin Durant, but you waited till after. It is what it is, whatever. My thing is this. Someone waving the light. Rick, I just saw your DM. I'm not putting it on screen. Oh, but that's a real tear. That is a real tear. Oh my gosh. Oh. You are correct. That DM indeed was funny. Because I also saw the Harry Potter wand comment. And it made me chuckle. but I wasn't expecting. Yo, if you're in the Discord, I'm not gonna share it on stream when he said, but if you in Discord, I might share. I'll share a somewhat censored version on Discord. You gotta join Discord to see it. Oh, that was funny. Oh wow. I did have a stroke. I did have a stroke. So the Nets say, report comes out after Kyrie's traded, we're going to talk to KD, figure it out. You know what I mean? See what we want to do in the future. And we're like, that came out on Tuesday, I want to say. And so we're like, okay, y'all should have had this conversation beforehand, but all right, we'll see what happens. I'm saying, I dropped my Kyrie reaction video. I'm like, you know, the Nets are still solid. They put a good team around them. They still kept some defense. Excuse me. They still kept some defense under Anthony Smith. They got some shooting. Like, the team's not like locks for a championship or a deep playoff run, but they solid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought they would have been good, would have been smooth. And then at like 12:30 in the morning, yeah, it would not have been a good idea. I appreciate you for not commenting and just DMing that to me. But then at 12:30 in the morning, we're like, oh, Kevin Durant's going to the Phoenix Suns. And I'm like, nah, this is absolutely insane. So Kevin Durant goes to the Suns, if you don't know, for like Mikal Bridges, Dre Crowder, not even just Kevin Durant and TJ Warren, which I don't know how you finesse two players out of this. No. Or was that Kevin Durant, TJ Warren? Or was that Kyrie and TJ Warren? I think it was the Kyrie and TJ Warren trade. Let's look it up. I have it right here before I just start going off on false narratives. No, yeah, it was. So Kevin Durant, so at literally 1 a.m, which in their defense, in Phoenix's defense, I want to say is like only 11 and I think their Pacific time. At the worst, it might be midnight. But at 1 a.m. for Brooklyn, KD goes there for Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Jay Crowder, who, I mean, we ain't even seen him play. I want to say he got moved again, if I'm not mistaken. I got to double check. 4 first-round picks, which is, you know what I mean? That's good. 4 first-round picks is really, really good. Completely understandable. Get some of them picks back. You still got a couple of picks out. Like, it's still insane how many picks that the Houston Rockets own from you guys from that James Harden trade. Absolutely insane. And a 2028 pick swap. So essentially 5 first-round picks. Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, and Jay Crowder. And I'm like, so my question is, why did y'all even, like, I feel like if y'all knew y'all were going to blow it up in the first place, and unless the Lakers didn't, because in my Kyrie video, I said, you know, this trade makes sense over some other trades because it looks like at least the Lakers are trying to, it looks like the Nets are trying to stay competitive, right? And everyone's like, nah, they should have stayed the Lakers trade, should have stayed the Lakers trade. Lakers got 2 picks, Lakers got 2 picks. And at least from everything I've seen, I want to say the Lakers offered both of those picks. Maybe they did. Maybe I'm wrong. But if they did, personally, I don't know why you didn't take the Lakers deal. Other than, because if you knew you were going to trade KD and just go in and rebuild anyway, you might as well get another pick for Kyrie. That's just me. I would have went for the 27 and the 29 pick from the Lakers. But that's just me. But the only explanation to me is, because reports was coming out, that Joe Tsai was like, you know what? I'm not making no trades with the Lakers. And I'm like, yo, this is insane. This is insane. And I saw a tweet today from last summer or sometime last year, where once again the Nets were going through a bunch of turmoil and just nonsense. And they were like, I want to say it might have been Dragonfly Jones. I talk about him a lot. It's a good Twitter follow if you don't follow him. Was like, Joe Tsai would rather have a team that wins 40 games that he's proud of, and proud of their morals, than a team with some that he might not necessarily be proud of that can make a deep playoff run and potentially win a championship. Because I ain't gonna lie, right now, he got a 40-win roster. And I'm not mad at it. Like, they did some, what they got back for Kyrie, it ain't terrible in retrospect. Like, when you really think about it, it really ain't that bad. What they got for Kevin Durant is absolutely amazing, if you ask me. Let me see if I have the Kyrie trade here or not. I don't have it I don't have it right in front of me. Let me see. No, I don't. Because I can't remember. exactly everything they got for it. Kyrie. Two players and 3 round positions. So that's what Spencer Dinwiddie, Durham Finney-Smith. Oh, so those were 2 second-round picks. I knew one of them. I thought it was only one of them was a first round unprotected. And they also had to give up Markieff Morris. I am shocked in both of these trades that the Nets still gave up another player. Like, I'm very surprised that they gave up TJ Warren. Markieff Morris wasn't really doing much for him anyway, to be honest with you. But TJ Warren was low-key hooping at least a little bit. Like, people hooping on quotation marks. So for me, the Nets, and it's funny, I see y'all in the chat saying Ben Simmons is going crazy and that Ben Simmons apparently is having a great game right now. Let me look at this box score just real quick since everybody's telling. It's against the Bulls. Get out my face, yo. Get out my face. Yo, the way people was I got my boys in our group chat texting me saying Ben Simmons is going crazy and Joe Harris is having a great game. I see somebody in the chat just say Ben Simmons is having a good game and Joe Harris is hitting. I seen, and I look, and they just up 10 against the Bulls. And Ben Simmons got 8. Somebody told me Ben Simmons is quote unquote killing it. He got 8 in the third quarter. Now, I mean, granted, it's 8. It's 8, 6, and 5 in only 14 minutes. So, I mean, I guess it's efficient time. I was expecting to see like 15 plus at least. I don't know. That just felt very disappointing in comparison to how y'all was talking about it. But overall for the Lakers, and look, Future Hawk, we might just go ahead and make a separate video for like YouTube to get my full trade thoughts in sync and just clear and concise. The live, I just wanted to get them out there. Like I don't get it. Y'all know me, the lives. If y'all be at the lives, I know the lives. Usually we got like 2 pages of notes. I done maybe even made a graphic or a tier list or something for it. This live is, I pulled up the trades and let's talk about the trades. But overall, I mean, it's a crazy thing when you think about it. James Harden, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving. When all 3 of them first got to that team, everybody was like, oh, here we go. Warriors 2.0. Nope. Nowhere near close. If anything, this is going to sound like some crazy Warriors love right now. But if anything, it almost goes to show that we should not maybe appreciate those Warriors teams a little bit more, but understand that it's deeper than just the names on the piece of paper that's on your team. It's deeper than just the names on your paper. It's so deeper that they got to make sense on the court. They got to make sense off the court. Like, it's so much that goes into a team success and winning basketball games. Because on paper, look, you boot up 2K the year that them 3 was on the team, you was killing everybody with the Nets if you boot up 2K. But real life ain't 2K. I don't know what this team is going to do moving forward. When I look at everything, it looks like when I look at, what did we say? They got 4 picks. They got essentially 5 picks for KD and a pick for 5 picks for KD because they got the 4 and then the swap, and then a pick for Kyrie. I'm just talking about first. I know they got 2 seconds, but so talking 6 picks that they got back in this process. But I had this tweet right here that I sent myself. Shout out to StatMuse. All right, so they got back 5. They did all right because they gave up 5. Got back 5, gave up 5. Now, off the top of my head, I don't know exactly where all the years fall in for some of this. But I mean, hey, they did what they wanted to do. I feel bad for Brooklyn fans. And it's also funny because I feel like a lot of Brooklyn fans were KD, Kyrie, or Harden fans that just migrated over to Brooklyn. I'm very curious to see what the Brooklyn fan base is going to look like after these trades and how many people were actually Brooklyn fans and how many people were just fans of the superstars, which is understandable, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. All right, let's see what the chat is talking about. I know I'm behind. Not only did I see the tweets from Horford's wife or sister, because I know I think it might have been his sister. I seen his sister's tweets. She said, what did she say? Did she say something about the Nets or did she say something about, I don't remember exactly who she said something about, but I liked them. I thought they were funny, even though I don't rock with her neither, because I don't rock with Al Horford. for how he fleeced the Sixers out of a bag, bro. A bag he fleeced us out of. I don't want to talk about Sixers contracts. Don't get me started again. All right. Yeah, you don't think they're gonna make it even if they end up playing? I mean, it's not necessarily impossible. Like, I'm not even mad at it. I'm not, because from what we've seen from the rest of the team is still not amazing, and they probably still will be a playing team. And in the play-in, anything can happen. It's one game elimination. If you have an off night, you out. So I get it. I get it for sure. You try to golf against the Bulls, please, Hawk. I'm not a 6'10" NBA player, you know what I mean? It's different. It's different. When will Cam Thomas? That's the real questions we need to ask ourselves. When will Cam Thomas beat LeBron James' scoring record? That's the real question we need to ask ourselves. Let me see. Oh, Sleaze is saying they have to get a number one option right. I'm assuming that to mean when we were talking about the Nets. The thing about the Nets, so like continue the Nets conversation. Once they're, how could I say this? Once they, move on from this season, and like I said, that's why I might also probably still make a trade full video. It just might be a little later in the week or something like that. Definitely not making it after this. Because I want to look at like contracts and stuff like that. Because in theory, yes, if the Nets get a number one option sometime in this summer, it's not like they have a bad roster around him. They have a ton of wings. And if they do decide to move off of some of these people, some of the guys that they just traded for and picked up, or even move guys like Joe Harris is still in the team, Seth Curry is still in the team. Like, those guys are good and could stay, but if you decide to move them, there's teams that are probably would want them. Depends on the direction that they want to go. They have guys that they can move to continue to go into tank mode, or they have guys that they can move if they try to want to retool and become like a low playoff team, I guess, if you want. So there's a silver lining there for sure. It's just crazy how it happened. It's absolutely insane how it happened, because like, to go from the team everybody's talking about all the time to the team that everybody's talking about all the time because they're low-key scared of you because you got three of the best players in the league on your team, to the team everybody's talking about because you're now a laughingstock franchise, all within 3 years, is absolutely, it's nasty work. It's nasty work. But let's talk about the Suns. The Suns picked up Kevin Durant, TJ Warren. They lost Mikal Bridges. I just had it up and forgot it. They lost Mikal Bridges, some other dudes. Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, Jay Crowder. That's what they lost. Really just Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson. I know a lot of people are concerned about the defense. Everybody was in my DMs and telling me they need defense. They got to figure out how to make up for Mikal's defense. Do you understand how much offense Kevin Durant is about to bring to this team? I don't care about the defense. If I'm the Suns, like, yeah, you want to play good defense. Yeah, you want to, defense was championship, yada, 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 yada. Hold on. Yay, nay? Oh, did my camera battery fall out? Hold on, y'all. 1, 2, 3. There we go. There we go. So, yeah, I get it. Like, defense wins championships and everybody's concerned about the Suns' defense. I don't know how much y'all are concerned about it in here, but I've seen so many people saying, like, the Suns are going to miss Mikal Bridges. And while he is a really, really good defender, excellent defender, they're adding Kevin Durant, yo. Like, they're adding a dude who can average 30 and still be 50, 40, 90. Like, that's the type of dude they just added. I don't think they tripped over losing Mikal. Because they still got Ayton, which a lot of people were saying they should have traded. They're surprised they didn't have to trade Ayton. I just think the Nets really ain't have no interest in him, to be completely honest with you. I don't think the Nets had an interest in DeAndre Ayton, especially on the contract that he's on and stuff like that. And so the fact that you're able to keep Ayton, the fact that you kept Chris Paul, I know Chris Paul is getting old and long in the tooth, but he's still one of the best floor generals and playmakers in the league. And now you don't even need him to score that much. Just create for others. And it's not even like the others can't create for themselves. Booker's back. Like, the Suns about to go on a run. We looking at the standings. We was looking at the standings for the Lakers. What's the standings just in general? NBA standings. Like Kevin Durant always says, wow, so the Suns are only 5th in the East right now. I mean, the West right now. They didn't even drop as far as I thought they did. Adding Kevin Durant, they're 8-2 in their last 10. They're going to move up. They're going to, I don't want to be the one to say this because I'm just having these epiphanies as we go. I done already told y'all we're just doing it as we go. But the Suns are going to move up, right? The Dallas Mavericks are probably going to move up, right? Ayo Kings, it was a good time at the 3 seed. It was a good time at the top 3. That's all I'm going to say. It was a good time at top 3. We all know Kevin Durant always says, I'm just trying to hoop. I'm just trying to play high-level basketball. That's why I went to the Warriors. I just wanted to play high-level, selfless basketball. Who play higher-level basketball than Chris Paul and Devin Booker? Them two look so good together these past 2 years together. They looked amazing these past 2 years. We already know Chris Paul knows how to facilitate and play alongside superstars who get buckets. He did it with James Harden. He did it with Devin Booker. And he's about to do it with Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. The Suns are cheating. And also, shout out to the Suns owner. That man clocked in like 2 days ago. He just got approved as the full official owner like 2 days ago, and he's making moves like this? Nah. He came in ready to go, bro. He came in ready to go. All right. I just said Hawk needs to pay more attention to the chat. This is Mad X. That's crazy. Mad X, that is crazy. That is crazy. What is this? What y'all, that's the energy y'all on here? All right, hold on. We might come back to the Suns. I mean, let me see what the chat is saying. Let me see. Somebody said he deleted it. That is crazy. This message is retracted. It won't even let me click it. Wait a minute. What is going on? What is going on? Wait a minute. Hold on. Who said they can cook the... off of John's Bulls comment. Hot take, I don't like the Heat. You said he got the worst takes. With the roster, the Lakers definitely make it to the second round minimum. That's what I'm saying. With the roster, they gonna make it to the second round. Unless for some wild reason it's the Suns they face it in the first, or like the Nuggets they face it in the first. Like, it's some teams that I'm like, all right, hold on. But like I said, if they face the Kings, like for real, let's talk about this. If the Lakers face the Grizzlies in the first round, for real, who you taking? If the Lakers face the Grizzlies, I think that's a real conversation. If the Lakers face, because Grizzlies to me, they're going to be a top 3 lock. They still going to be a top 3 lock. The Lakers to me are going to be a bottom 3 lock. If they face the Memphis Grizzlies in the first round, who you taking? I don't know who I'm taking, to be honest with you, but it's not crazy to say I'm taking the Lakers. It's just not crazy to say to me. It ain't crazy to say, bro. It ain't. All right. Look how close the standings are. We just did. Now they don't. Celtics is over the Bucks. Nah, I'm talking about them replies. I knew you liked for some reason. I knew I liked you for some reason. Oh, I'm dead. Not the riding. I know you already talked about quick thoughts to the Lakers. For me, Hawk, please ignore Olezy Mega. I am dead. It's funny. We're actually back to talking to the Lakers somehow, just that fast. I think they're gonna make it to the second round. Not leave me alone, Mega. Cam Thompson is the number 1 option. That is nasty. Nasty. Also, let me look this up before I sound crazy and sound like a hater. Everybody was like saying like Cam Thomas is going crazy. Oh, he scored 40. He was scoring all this. He's scoring all that. All right, so he did. Hold on. Because everybody was talking about it, and I was just like, well, are they winning these games? Like, I'm assuming they weren't winning these games. I'll be honest, I ain't looked, but I feel like it was a safe assumption because I'm like, ain't nobody here. Because they was like, oh, he had 40 back-to-backs against the Suns and the Clips, right? They lost both of those. I mean, they beat the Wizards, but it's the Wizards. Like, my fault. Like I say, I didn't want to sound like a hater, but I ended up sounding like a hater anyway. Hold on, let me see this. Nah. Hawk gotta watch the chat. Yeah, all right. Yeah, y'all was just being a little sus. Y'all was being a little sus in here. That's all. Ain't even say nothing bad. Y'all overreact. Mega ain't even say nothing bad. Y'all overreact. Yeah, I miss what Mega said. The Mega VR free. What did you say though? Because I wasn't paying attention. Dang. Dang, I missed it. Oh, so it was 3 in a row. So he had 40 in that Wizards game as well. I mean, the 340s is cool for sure, but we not posting 340s in a row. If Tatum score, well, they might. I don't know. People just be posting scoring. I be seeing accounts post like, oh, this dude's scoring over the last 7 games or whatever. And I look, and in them 7, it was 2 and 5. Take that post down, sir. I don't care if he was getting buckets if y'all was losing. Take the post down. All right. Will Kevin Knox beat Browns? Kid hold us to go to the Clippers. All right. So I think that's the Nets. I think that's everything about the Nets. Overall, absolutely horrible poverty franchise that fumbled the biggest bag I've ever seen in my life. I feel like that's safe to say. They fumbled the biggest bag I've ever seen in my life for a variety of reasons, both on and off the court. Ironically enough, mainly off though. They didn't. It's not that they didn't work for on court reasons. That is wild. That team got blown up for off, not because they didn't work out on the court. That's nasty. I just made that connection. That is absolutely nah. They didn't blow up because they didn't work on it. They blew up because of off-court shenanigans. I'll just leave it at that. Woo! Nah, that is wild. That is wild. Nope, wild. Nope, wild. It is Joel. I said it in a podcast the other day. It's Joel. My MVP so far in the season is Joel Embiid. And I feel like I shouldn't even have to defend it because he's in the conversation. So, you know what I mean? And it ain't like I picked somebody who ain't in the conversation and feel like I got to defend myself. If somebody said their MVP was Jokic or Giannis or Kevin Durant, if he never got injured, you wouldn't have to defend it. I'd be like, all right, cool. I just was curious. So I'm not going to defend it. It's Joel Embiid. This is what I mean when I say about the Nets, because that's an excellent question. You think they're hella underrated. I get that. So before we move on, let's look at the Nets roster, because it's not that I think the pieces are bad or anything like that. I think the roster is quote unquote balanced. You are correct, sure, right? But when I look at this roster up and down, nowhere on this roster do I see, okay, this is the guy that's going to win the game when the game is close. None of these guys are oh, they still got KD here. Let me go back to the roster, because the roster is actually better updated. None of these guys make me go, okay, this guy is going to, when the game is close or the game is on the line, when we need a bucket, we can give it to this guy. We're going to be in a lot of close games. We might win some of them close games. We might lose some of them close games. I mean, I guess you say Nick Claxton is I guess you say, I don't know why I said Nick Claxton. You say, why don't I see him? He's on this team. We was just talking about him. You say Cam Thomas is your bucket getter, your go-to bucket getter to close out games, I guess. Between him, Seth Curry, and Spencer Dinwiddie, Mikal, somebody got to close out. Also, I don't like how many wings this team has. Like, what is these lot? Mikal, Dorian, Joe. I guess really Mikal, Dorian, Joe, Yuta. Mikal, Dorian, Joe, Yuta, Ben, Royce to an extent. Patty Mills is here. Like, the roster ain't bad. Like, truly it ain't. This roster reminds me like they could be like surprises how the Jazz, if this would have been a cohesive roster all season long, they might have surprised us like the Jazz surprises and just was like a solid team until the good teams decided to be good. Because like, I had NBA standings up. Where they at? Boom, boom. Because they're 5th in the East. They got a long way to slide if they want to make it completely out. So yeah, do I think they could make the playoffs still? To answer your question plainly, sure. Yes. The Nets can make the playoffs. Yes. 100%. 1,000%. Yes. The Nets can and probably will make the playoffs. But that's also because the bottom half of the Eastern Conference is crazy mid. Crazy mid. Like, yes, this team technically should still be better than the Wizards and the Pacers. But also, I mean, if it's a one in like a close game and they have to win, Bradley Beal could go crazy. Like, it's not impossible. But I mean, y'all might be better than the Bulls. I might just give y'all that outright. I don't know. But when I look at like the Raptors, the Bulls, the Hawks, just this, even the Knicks, just this roster as constructed, the only advantage they have is they already had a better record. Like these two teams didn't start out at 0-0. But with the better record, they might just slide a little slower. But they're going to lose some games, y'all. Like, they're at the best. They're a play-in team. They not top 6 no more at all, period. And they're going to have to fight to keep that play-in team. So I'm not saying they can't, but I'm like, I'm not in love with it. I'll just say that. I'm not in love with it. Spencer Dinwiddie might be the first option in the clutch. I mean, I guess. But who, like, think about how that sounds. Spencer Dinwiddie is the number 1 option in the clutch. Spencer Dinwiddie's taking the last shot. Y'all got it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, y'all got it. Cam, thanks for pulling up, bro. Later, man. So, yes, I think they'll be a play-in team, but other than that, I don't see them doing much. They're definitely not making it out the first round, even if they win those play-in games. They're not making it out the first round at all, in my book. Oh, yeah, we still here. What's good with you, Range? Thanks for pulling up. This man took my phone right as I got here. I'm dead. They do have versatility in the majority of positions. They got the players you want if you have a superstar. They got the players you want to put around the superstar. But usually the teams that got the players you want to put around the superstar, either A, don't keep them for long, or B, they don't turn out to be as good as we would have wanted them to be. Now, I'm like, where's my chapstick? I don't know what y'all talk about, but if it has anything to do with me throwing punches, this is 100% facts. First off, I'm not even doing anything. I'm not even in a situation where I got to throw a punch. Second off, 100%. Two punches and I'm gassed. Nah, this is crazy. Tatum over Joel is MVP take. You know what's hilarious? I don't even really be seeing MVP talks about Tatum like that much no more. Like, I'm not even trying to be like picky or whatever. I just really don't even see it like that much anymore. And I feel like I could be wrong, but I'd be very surprised. MVP ladder, NBA. I don't look at the NBA MVP ladder on a weekly basis. I don't really be paying it no mind. What's today's date? It's the 3rd, so this is the most up-to-date one. February 3rd. What? How often do these drop? I think this is the most up-to-date one. If I'm wrong, sue me. Yeah, because they come out every week, so the next one will be on the 10th. So the next one should be out tomorrow. So whatever. Jokic is number 1. Joel was number 2. Giannis was number 3. Tatum number 4. Not bad. He in the conversation, and I'm not mad at you for picking him. He's not my pick as of right now, per se. Personally, nothing against him. He's not my pick personally right now. I got some other guys ahead of him personally. It's not hot to say they'll fumble. I think they just have a lot to figure out. The Nuggets do. I think it's just wasn't no homework. That's understandable. That's definitely understandable. It's not a hot take to say the Nuggets might fumble in the playoffs, only because the pieces that they brought back, like MPJ, Murray, it might just take them time to figure some things out together in the playoffs. But so far, they've actually looked, to me at least, really, really good all season long. We saw them go on that amazing playoff run in the bubble where they came back from 2-3-1 leads to make on the way to making it to the Western Conference Finals before being eliminated by the Lakers. I don't think personally they'll fumble, but considering you got some heavy hitters in the bottom, like potentially some heavy hitters in the bottom of the West right now, looking at the Lakers, looking at the Warriors, like I said, potential heavy hitters, or at least teams that on paper don't feel like your typical 7-8 seed. It's not impossible for them to, maybe fall out a little earlier than we expected, but I don't see it happening. Like, I'm not expecting it, but it's not impossible. Josh Richardson to the Pels, Darius Bazley to the Suns. I said earlier, I stopped paying attention to Josh Richardson once he stole a bag from my Sixers. Darius Bazley to the Suns is nice, though. It was a great stream. It has been a really, really great stream. It has been a great stream. Great stream back for the first time in forever. Jokic MVP because it ain't crazy. That's the thing. That's the thing. None of it is crazy. None of this list is crazy. Because when you really think, all these guys are having amazing seasons. 1 through 5, somebody got to be fifth, somebody got to be first. To me, none of them is crazy. All of these guys have probably been number one for more than 1 week. All of these guys have been number one for more than 1 week. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. That's just how good these guys are playing. That's just how good these guys are playing. All right, let's just look at some of these trades before we get out of here. We talked about some of the main stuff. We talked about the Lakers. We talked about the Suns. We talked about the Nets. Like I said, I'll probably make a more in-depth breakdown of what I think and how I think these teams actually could operate on the basketball court. Looking at percentages, play styles, and things like that. I really did just want to come on and have a good time with y'all, and y'all are allowing me to do that. So I appreciate y'all for pulling up. Dude, I'm missing something crazy because they lost Bones Highland, their main bench guy besides Bruce Brown. Didn't replace him at all. Remember they traded Monte Morris and Will Barton. They give up Bones. No, I mean, true. Yeah, he was one of their main guys off the bench. But to me, just losing Bones isn't going to make it so y'all completely fall off in the playoffs. To me personally, that's all. That's all. Pat Riley is definitely just now getting out of bed. Pino and John Wall this season, it didn't work. It's not even that I guess feel bad is the thing. I don't necessarily feel bad of how the Clipper situation turned out. I more so feel bad of how his past 2 years have been, Matthias, because to me, the Rockets should have been bought him out. The Rockets should not have kept him for 2 whole seasons. They should have let him go a while ago and just let him be free. So to me, that's the part I feel bad about. He did not play well for the Clippers. I'm not even trying to be mean about it. Just in terms of just scoring the ball, efficiency was horrible. And I actually did not know it was this bad. I looked this up a couple of weeks ago because me and my boys was talking about it. And we were just, talking about John Wall. He's shooting 40% from the field, 30% from 3. Those aren't, I'm sure you can find worse numbers in the league for sure. But 40% from the field, 30% from 3? And I know he was never a crazy 3-point shooter. He only shoots 32% from his career, and his highest year was 35 in 2016, 37 in 2018. But with the way the league goes today, and when you already have PG and Kawhi on your team, you just need guys around him who's going to spread the space the floor and shoot the ball. And he also wasn't as dynamic as a playmaker as I thought he was going to be. He just really didn't fit. He just really did not fit for them. It's unfortunate, but I don't feel bad for Russ. The writing was on the wall. The writing was on the wall for Russ, unfortunately. And Utah was one of the teams I seen maybe Utah or a team like the Pistons, but the Pistons wouldn't have been able to make the money match really. So that's why Utah worked, because they were able to make the money. Well, that's also why it had to be a 3-teamer to make the money make sense. And Utah's a team that's they're ready to go into tanking mode, kind of, sort of. I did see Colin wanted to practice with the Jazz one last time. That was tough. That was tough. Yeah, I'm, yeah, yeah. I get it. I get it. I get it. All right, real quick, scrolling through some of the other trades around the league, and then we're, depending on how the conversation goes, we might head up out of here in a little bit. We'll be live, hour and 15. Nice little time back. I mainly want to talk about the Nets, Lakers, and Suns, and I was allowed to do that, so I thank y'all for rocking with the kid. We talked about Gary Payton going back to the Warriors. I thought that was a really good move. Like 4 different guys got moved for 5 first-round picks. Literally like 4 different guys, which surprised me a lot. But I mean, hey, what else are you going to give up for Gary Payton? It's not like he's crazy. I completely understand it. Mason Plumlee going to the Clippers for Reggie Jackson and a 2nd-round pick. I actually think that's a really good pickup. I've been saying forever they need a backup big because I'm like, I love Zubac. I really, really do like Zubac a lot. But when Zubac was off the floor, it's like, okay, Robert Covington, you're the 5 now. Mason Plumlee just gives them some depth, and they still have the opportunity to run Robert Covington at the 5 when they want to play small ball. It still gives them that option. And yes, Range, it went crazy in 2nd-round picks, bro. You made a case for MVP? What did you say? Luka's 2nd option was Reggie Bullock for all season up until now. How can I say this? How can I say this? Luka's option was Reggie up until now, correct. And while that is impressive, like really, really impressive. You can also make the argument Luka doesn't really play both sides of the ball. You can make that argument for Joel or for Giannis. I'm not saying you're wrong for both. I'm just, my only point is there's arguments for all 5 of these guys, and there's arguments against all 5 of these guys. So while, yes, Luka is a offensive machine, he's not good defensively. So you can say that against him. Giannis and Embiid are both great 2-way players. Jokic, another offensive machine, not great offensively, but an amazing rebounder and better than he used to be for sure, but still not great. I don't want to get that confused. Some people think when I say Jokic isn't great defensively, they be like, oh, well, he's a whole lot better than he used to be. That is facts because he used to be abysmal. Now he's just all right. But he's still not like good, great. He's all right. A lot better than he used to be, though. Christian Wood is still there. That is facts. That is facts. And he's been hooping. Not his 2nd MVP season, he didn't, though. His 2nd MVP season, he was just rocking. Luka just might not win it. Unfortunately, Guru, there's literally nothing you can say to change my mind at this moment. Unfortunately, I get your points. What arguments do I have against Giannis? Your arguments against Giannis would be you can game plan against him if he's not what am I trying to say here? The argument against Giannis is a lot of people, not necessarily myself, but a lot of people have been saying the Bucks and Giannis have not looked as good as they have in years past because they're missing Chris Middleton. And people love to say Giannis isn't as good as he is if he doesn't have shooters around him and you don't put the right team around him because you can double him more. I'm just saying that would be kind of the argument you can make against Giannis. That's why Luka not passing the ball. I don't blame man. Got like a 38% usage rate. Yeah, he does have a very high usage rate. I watched that video on KPJ and Jay Green. It was actually crazy. You got to watch a Hawk. Send it to me. All right. We talked about this. Lakers pick up Mo Bamba. We talked about that. Pelicans give up Devontae Graham. 4 second rounders? Like, this second rounders is crazy. Like I said, Josh Richardson could really, really be a nice pickup. I'm just a little jaded because he didn't work out well for my Sixers, but the talent is definitely there and the fit is there. I'm just a jaded Sixers fan. Eric Gordon to the Clippers for Luke Kennard. I actually really liked Luke Kennard, and I think that's actually a really good pickup for the Grizzlies. Some floor spacing. He can low key kind of give you what what is his name? Kyle Anderson was giving them last year, slow mo. I feel like they still miss him a little bit. So he can give you some of that, which I think is a really good pickup for them. I'm gonna keep it a bean. I watched 2 Rockets games max this season so far, so I couldn't tell you what type of shape or mentality Eric Gordon is in to even bring to this team. I think the Clippers did not really fix their point guard situation, like at all. Like at all. They did not fix their point guard situation. And then John Wall's back there. I think he got bought out. I don't know if Danny Green got bought out or not yet, but I really don't know. Hawks Chief Gareth Matthews, Bruno Fernando, Frank Kaminsky, Justin Holiday. If I'm not mistaken, this was like a money dump trade. The Hawks now are way below the luxury tax, or don't have to pay luxury tax because of this trade. That's why they did this. Because I ain't gonna lie, I don't feel like I could do nothing on the basketball court. That's a money trade. James Wiseman to the Pistons. I think that's great. Somebody asked about that earlier. I think that is a really, really good move. Because I think James Wiseman has an opportunity there. Like, I think he has some potential. I wanted to see what he can do. The Warriors were not the team to sit here and try to develop him. They were not on no development timeline. So it's good that he's going to a team that is on a development timeline. He's got a great playmaker in Cade Cunningham that he'd be able to play alongside of. I think it's a really, really good fit for him. Getting Kevin Knox back is, I mean, it's something. It's all right. 5 second rounds, once again, absolutely insane. And Sadiq Bey to the Hawks. It's solid. It's solid. I like it, kind of. Thunder, Darius Bazley, Dario Saric, Bailey Rodriguez for what's the name? I've heard this is actually a really, really solid move. I ain't gonna be crazy for you. It hasn't been like a crazy thing that I've been paying attention to. Some of these I'm really just going through the first time and actually seeing the full thing. Clippers receive Bones Highland. So for me, I like Bones. I like his game a lot. He's still very, very young. And I think he's going to have a lot of pressure for a young guy that's going to be asked to potentially do a lot, because this point guard position on the Clippers is just open. And unless the plan is, hey, just put the ball in Paul George's and Kawhi's hands more. But I still think this team needed some sort of playmaker to get the other guys involved, like to just make sure the rest of the team is involved and even find PG and Kawhi in their spots from time to time. I don't know what exactly that point guard would look like. The only comparison I can make, and I feel like it's a cop-out answer because 1, he's not available, 2, nor is he even playing. But a guy like Lonzo is the type of point guard that this team needs. A playmaking point guard who can, shoot the ball and stuff, sure. But like a guy who is like a legit playmaker. That's what they need. Tyrese Halliburton will look amazing on the Clippers. Like, that's the type of point guard they need. And I don't think they have that at all. And I know saying getting Tyrese Halliburton and Lonzo is a lot, but you know what I mean? I feel that. All right, girl. Thanks for pulling it up, bro. Have a good one, my man. We about to be out of here too, so it's all good. You ain't gonna be missing much. I sent it to V in the DMs. It's an A1 video, bet. I unfortunately don't have an opinion on this because, similar to the Rockets, I think I've watched 2 Pistons games so far this year. So, you know what I mean? I'm not mad at it. Yeah, Bones is raw. He could improve. I'm not going to hold my breath over it because he's just so young. And what I think this team needs from the point guard position, I haven't seen him do. I'll say that. Matisse, Jalen McDaniels. We talked about that already. Nuggets get Thomas Bryant. Oh, why did I not peep the Nuggets are the team that got Thomas Bryant? I know he was traded away. For guys to the Nuggets, he wanted a bigger impact and a bigger role. That's a W for the Nuggets. For sure, that's a W for the Nuggets. They desperately needed a backup center. I don't know why in the world they signed DeAndre Jordan in the offseason. Like, truly have no idea. That also made me realize that tangent. The fact that they signed DeAndre Jordan and didn't re-sign DeMarcus Cousins, who was on their team last year, that told me in that moment we're never going to see DeMarcus Cousins in the NBA again. Because a team that desperately needs a center doesn't re-sign you and re-signs probably the worst center and available, and DeAndre Jordan, who is absolute garbage, it kind of was like, oh, all right, they seen something in Cousins that they don't want, and he's probably never going to play in the NBA again. I'm not even trying to make this sound bad or hate on Cousins, but when I saw that they picked DeAndre Jordan over him, yeah, I was like, it's GG's. But Thomas Bryant's he wanted a bigger role, he got it. He definitely got it by going to the Nuggets. Good for him. Drake Carter to the Bucks. It could be smooth. Truly have no idea. I don't feel like speculating on a guy who we haven't seen for like almost a year. Bunch of second round picks. Mike Muscala to the Celtics. Some front court depth. You can space the floor a little bit. That is nice. Justin Jackson 2 seconds. Once again, these seconds is going around like hotcakes. And then, of course, the Blazers take Lillard off the trade talks. Because, excuse me, Dame's not running from the grind. Dame is not running from the grind. Couple of teams I was low-key disappointed in that they didn't do more. Oh my gosh, hiccups. Oh gosh, y'all want to do Pirtle? I don't feel like getting exposed. I don't want to get exposed tonight. Especially after people got traded, and you know Pirtle be fast when moving players around. I'm very disappointed in the Miami Heat. They didn't do anything. Like Miami, y'all gonna mess around. Look, let me pull these standings up. The Heat, y'all the 6th seed right now. Y'all got the Knicks on y'all tail. All right. It's the Knicks, the Bulls, the Hawks, the Raptors, the Wizards. Y'all straight. The only team y'all really got to half worry about is the Knicks. Other than that, y'all should be all right. Y'all gonna be all right. But I just wish y'all did something. Because Jimmy ain't getting no younger. Bam's still amazing. Not L Hawk. L Hawk is nasty. I just wish the Heat did something. I'm low-key disappointed in the Raptors because all season long we were like, we're getting OG moved. We're moving, we're interested in OG. Talks for OG. OG's still a Raptor. And the Atlanta Hawks, I never want to hear about a John Collins move again. I never want to hear about a John Collins move again. He's going to be on y'all team till he's a free agent. I never want to hear about a John Collins move again. Y'all been wanting to trade John Collins for 3 years now. He is still on y'all team. He is going nowhere. Y'all been wanting to move him for 3 years, and he's going absolutely nowhere. No, I get it. The heart got to tell you, man. I get that. It's been plenty of times I've been disappointed with the Sixers, and you just keep on chucking along. PJ Washington to the Heat would have been nice. Throw a player in 5 seconds, and you might have got him. It's just the trade deadline's always a fun time of year. And now I'm exhausted, so. But some news for the 5 of y'all that are in here. I'll post it in Discord because the Discord people going to be the people that pull up the most first. So I don't know if y'all heard of Playback yet, or if y'all have Playback, or if y'all seen other content creators use Playback. It's essentially an app that you can watch essentially live TV with, a live TV alongside whoever the creator that you're, tuned in to see. I just got connected with Playback. I have a channel on there now. So we're going to be starting doing watch parties on Playback. Now, the caveat is to see the stream, you got to log in with whatever your cable provider is, or if you have NBA League Pass, you got to log into that. But for the most part, I'm going to stick to this nationally televised games. You can't watch an illegal stream. You can't watch an illegal stream on there. But if you got login credentials for Comcast or Verizon, something like that, you can log in, pull up, and watch it with me. You'll be able to see the camera. I can bring people on stage. You could join the stage. It's low-key going to be lit, and I've seen other people do it. Legend of Winning, he does it all the time with his peoples. And I've seen some other creators do it as well. Our first one, once again, I'll put it in Discord, and I'll make a designated TikTok, try to gas it up, get people to join and pull up and have a good time. But the first one we're going to do is on Tuesday night. The Bucks are playing the Celtics at 7:30, so we might low key be doing less like YouTube lives from time to time. Like if it's something big I want to talk about, we're going to YouTube live. I'm still slowly like switching to more video content. I'm having a little bit more fun with those, but this was a lot of fun. But I enjoyed the creative process behind the YouTube videos because I feel like I can get a clearer and more concise point across, like what I'm trying to like. That's why I think I still might make a trade video because I'll be able to really sit with my thoughts and get everything together. It might come out like a week from now when you're like, Hawk, no one cares about the trades, but I care still, and I'll put them out. But we'll probably be going live on playback a whole lot more because we'll be able to watch the games together. But you just got to get the login information from, in most people's cases, probably your parents. Telling me you just want to watch basketball. You probably already got the login information. Everybody be streaming off of Comcast and stuff like that nowadays. That's what I'm saying. More YouTube, down less YouTube streams, more watch parties. Because honestly, the YouTube streams for me is just the opportunity to like quickly connect with y'all like directly. All the content I talk about in a YouTube stream, I could easily make a video or TikToks about it as well. So the content will still be there, but the live aspect of it, I would love to have with like actually watching games. You feel me? So I'm gonna put that information in the Discord after this. If you're interested more, I should have probably said it at the top of the stream. But if you rewatch gang, you make it this far, you are a real one. I do want to shout out Carlos Gabriel because I just see that he's watching me from Brazil. That is so dope. Appreciate you for pulling up. Hey, John, what's good with you, man? How you doing? So yeah, playback, that all that information. The app is called Playback. It's an app right now. The app is iOS only, but they have a desktop version. So if you got like a laptop, I think it should work on a tablet as well. You can go to the website. I'll put all, like I'm saying, I'm gonna put all the information in the Discord. Actually, I can do this at least right now. And share. Hold on. I can share my room and link. Hold on. Let me see some. I'm trying to just share the link in here so y'all can see it. Yeah. It ain't, I gotta brand it and all that and make it make more sense and stuff. But yeah, so that's my playback room for right now. But once again, you pull up the playback, you can watch the games live if you're logged into like once again, Xfinity, Comcast, NBA, whatever. And yeah, it should be fun. So we're gonna be doing a lot more watch parties over there. I mean, not even trying to guess it. We could do at least like one a week. Like, that ain't hard at all because I'm gonna watch the games anyway. I might as well watch them with y'all. Like that's why it's dope. That's why it's dope. You was here from start to. Did my camera just glitch out again? You was here from start to finish. You know what I mean? And I appreciate it. I appreciate you for pulling up. I don't know why my camera is going crazy, but Shady's got me. I am dead. But all right, y'all. I'm out of here. Trade deadline is absolutely crazy. I'm sure you're going to see more trade content from me over the next couple of days. There's just no way you don't. I'll see y'all in the next one. Thanks for pulling up to the stream. I had a good time. Hopefully y'all did too. I'm out of here. Peace. Alrighty. The gang is back.